So yeah, man, like we'll just do like a quick conversation about, you know, the East and the West and, you know, the teams, like how we feel they, you know, amount to whatever. So obviously first team we'll talk about is Phoenix and whether we really believe, you know, that they actually have a legit opportunity.
Yeah, we spoke about it obviously the other week, but I do see where you guys are coming from with the team. I do feel like they can do. I feel like they can do pretty well in this season because I feel like they're feeding off everything that they did last year and everything. I feel like they didn't get what they needed out of it, so they're even chasing. I feel like they're really focused on chasing the ring, and nothing under a ring is acceptable for them. Yeah. They're displaying that mentality on the court, which is like, we know we can do this. Like, this ain't even surprising us. Like, all of them are treating us like we know we can do this. I don't know why you guys are surprised that we can do this. Like, we actually feel like no team can beat us. So, yeah.
But do you think? Because you're saying what they think and how they feel. Do you personally think they can?
I feel like I believe it more now, for sure, because they've been playing other teams and they've been in different type of games, and I feel like defensively, like the culture, I can see how they can win. I don't know if that means I believe it, but I feel like I can see how they can win, and I do feel like it has a lot to do with how well Booker plays. I do feel that also. I do feel like CP3, you kind of know what you're gonna get, and he's always gonna make his team better, even if he can't play too well in the game. But with Booker, it's like he's that piece that even the rest of the players, the role players, they kind of consistently do what they do. Always. I don't feel like I'm going to expect too much from them. One of them, like Mikal Bridges, will have a game and players will score like 25 or whatever, but he won't do that every game. Yeah. Other players will do that. Like, is it Cam Johnson?
Cam Johnson.
Yeah, all them guys, you kind of know what you're getting from them. With Booker, he's kind of he can drop 50. And he can also maybe not drop 50 or whatever, or drop like 12 points a game. Like, so if he does like 30 points and everyone still does that, I see they can win that. Yeah. They can win that. They can definitely win. That's my view on Phoenix.
Yeah, I hear that. So I hear that. I agree. I definitely think they have. I definitely think they can win. However, I just honestly, it's about matchups. It's about, you know, what the playoffs brings them. Because I mean,
so what matchup do you think they want?
I feel like it depends how healthy the West is in it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I think that depends as well. Because obviously, right now, you know, it's calm in it, but there's so many players out. Do you get me? The Nuggets are at less than half health.
Murray coming back before the end of the season.
Yeah, Murray should definitely be back. MPJ is done
for the year.
But I mean,
what happened?
Back, bro. Surgery.
Bro. Again?
Yeah.
Done,
yeah, but obviously they've signed a 5-year contract, so they're looking long term with him. So they're gonna let that guy sit out. He might not even play next season, knowing back.
Doesn't need to, bro.
He don't need to, man. He's young. He's got time. But yeah, man. But as I was saying, so Denver, obviously, I feel like Murray and because obviously last year they got swept in it, but we all know these men are gonna have a chip on their shoulder if they get another chance to go against Phoenix this year, especially with Murray
in the playoffs, bro.
Exactly, we've seen Murray in the playoffs.
I don't think so.
Bubble, you know.
And the thing is, no. But the thing is, I don't think it's bubble because did you not watch the playoffs series before?
No, I don't think it's bubble, but I don't think that they can beat the Suns.
I think the thing is, I think they can. First of all, because I think they play very similarly to each other in the way that it's a lot of stick and move. The ball doesn't stick with any of those teams. You get me? So I think offensively, it's going to be an amazing matchup. Yeah. Only thing is, and the reason why I slightly agree with you, partly is because I think Phoenix definitely have the upper hand defensively.
They're so good.
Yeah, I think,
and not even individually defense. They just play
the team defense is so much better, bro. I think
they're also good.
Like the rotation. Yeah, that's it.
Jokic, man, I feel like he's the ultimate team defense killer. Like, you give that ball to him in the high post, your team defense don't matter. You're gonna get a good shot. It just depends. Are you gonna make that shot? Are his teammates gonna play up to his level? Because I feel like, in my opinion, this is what I'll say. I think if the teammates play up to Jokic's level, I think they beat Phoenix, man. I think they're
offensive. That's unlikely.
I think that's unlikely. I think that's unlikely. I think if they had MPJ, I'd say but I think Murray and Jokic are gonna do what they need to do. But I don't think it's enough.
Personally, I don't think it's enough. I think
they're not bad for how many injuries.
No, considering the injuries they've had, I think they're seventh. They're seventh right now.
That's not bad, and they had a bad streak where they had everyone.
It will regress to the mean, like it will even out. They'll probably end up around that 4-5 spot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they'll push for the third, honestly, but they could hit the 4-5 spot for the playoffs. I don't see any reality where Denver beat Phoenix, bro, in any 7-game series. Like, I can't lie. Like, and it's not even to say that I don't think Jokic is very good. Like, we've had discussions so many times, and I actually think he is easily one of the best players in the league, obviously one of the best bigs. And I think, like, he's pushing the upper echelon level in terms of, like, IQ of, like, LeBron, Doncic, all them kind of players that we just respect their understanding of the game so well. I can't lie. Above all these niggas, bar LeBron, in my head is Chris Paul. I don't see, like, and I know it's nuts. I have so much faith in Chris Paul, bro. And I don't think, in terms of, like, direct matchups, MPJ creates a matchup problem for them because he's just the weirdest wing player I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've never seen someone that's, like, that tall and, like, actually has game that just has no give. Like, he doesn't even want to dribble the ball. He just, like, can't lie. I'm taller than you. Put me behind the 3-point line. Good night. Go home. Like, you just shoot a step back threes and looking at blonde things in the wings. Like, he's just amazing, bro. But because he's obviously out for the year, yeah, I feel like
Probably back.
no, yeah,
Probably injury and that he just wants to step back.
just keep it cool. No, it's probably true still. But I think, like we were talking about with the Suns defense, because they're so committed to, like, their team defense and how well they get the rotations pretty much all correct and they smother people. And I think I have a lot of, like, trust in Ayton because I feel like he knows that he's got the team behind him. You know how, like, with, like, Dwight Howard teams, they all feel confident because Dwight's in the middle. I feel like Ayton has a lot of confidence when it comes to matching up against very good bigs because the team defense always makes his life easier in a weird way.
The only thing I'll say about that,
I mean,
though, I agree that Ayton can play. You know, I feel like he's a very good
Jokic quite well.
defender. However, I don't agree with that actually, because, and I'll say why. Because last playoffs, I think Jokic had a very good playoffs, considering he was really the main focus and Ayton was guarding him. Like, he didn't have Jamal Murray, his main 1A player, and obviously, as I said, the Suns still swept them. So there's not much we can really say. At the end of the day, the Suns beat them. Exactly, sweep is a sweep, regardless of your players. Like, there's nothing you can do. You've got to play who's in front of you. But I feel like Jokic had a very good series considering the focus was on him. Do you get me? Like, Ayton, like, when you add Jamal Murray into the focus, you're not just guarding Jokic. You're guarding like a tandem. It's like a mix and match. Like, they run around together. They're in sync.
It's no more than 2 wins though. It's no more than 2 extra wins.
Hey, I don't.
It's still a 6-game series max, in my opinion. But
I think it can go. I think it can go 7. I just think, as I said, with me, it would, because I know Jamal Murray and Jokic are gonna do what they need to do.
No, I agree.
I'm just looking at DeMonte Morris. You get me? You know, but, like, even their players, because they got, like, what's that guy, that rookie? This guy, what's his name? Bones there. That Bones Highland. Like, even him. I like players like him, man. Like, they're interesting, but I feel like it's too early, and that's why I think that their players are not gonna play up. So I believe they can, but as I said, I agree with you guys in the fact that I think the Phoenix Suns have enough to beat the Nuggets. Yeah. I mean, other matchup problems, I feel like, obviously we know the Warriors, that's going to be interesting. But even the Warriors, I mean, unless Wiseman comes back and can really, you know, play Ayton, I feel like the Suns have the matchup advantage. Yeah. Do you get me? Because, like, we saw, obviously the second game was the second game, but the first game where they at least had Booker for a little bit of it, like, and, you know, they got that lead. The Warriors could not do anything with Ayton. Like, nothing with him.
I don't think Wiseman's strong enough, bro. Like, I think Wiseman is a very good prospect in it, but I just don't think...
So you're saying for that series against the Warriors, but do you feel like the difference that Ayton will create will be enough if they have Clay, Steph? Do you get it? Because Ayton's good, but they're not gonna, unless he's doing 30 and 15 for that whole series.
He ain't got to do 30 and 15, no.
I think
you can do like 24-11. You can do like 24-11 and be the difference maker.
But I feel like their game was still close. And what did he shoot for 21?
Yeah. Oh yeah. As in, I believe that the Warriors are defo, like, I think the Warriors are the better team, and I think you bring Clay and Wiseman back in.
Steph is not always going to shoot like that, yeah, and it is a close game. I completely agree with you, but at the same time, we've seen Steph is easily the best microwave player in the league. Like, no one can go parabolic like him, bro. That guy, do you get it? It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
I think his partner can. He's not even back.
Do
you get me? Like, look at what
I think Dre is not. I think it's different. I do think that in terms of points, but I feel like
in the way it does.
You see, when Steph had the triple double and he had like 54 with like 11 assists and like 7 rebounds.
His thing is different.
Steph, yes, Curry's thing is different, bro. There's no one in the league that can do that.
The way it makes the crowd scream, like, whether he's home or away, he's
And that's
getting
bro.
like,
Honestly,
crazy.
like if he played the Bulls, I might chant for him. That's what. Like he's
I'll go
actually
to City,
crazy.
I know Steph is gonna play there.
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
visit that team. Like, hey, they play against Golden
Yeah, bro.
State,
Like
let me go watch it.
he obviously Clay can do it in terms of just pure numbers, like
Yeah,
points
yeah.
production, but Curry can do it and still get like 10 plus assists within the flow of the game.
But that's the thing.
So I think it is different.
How much do you think Clay? How much do you think Clay tips the scale against the Suns?
But this is why obviously they're not going to see the content.
Apparently, he came back and he hit his
Yeah, it was
first
hitting
18
bad
shots
game
in
and
training.
it's ridiculous. But this is
First
what
18 threes in
obviously
training.
they haven't seen but this is what we were talking about kind of last episode. Obviously they
Yeah,
haven't got that content, technical difficulties. I do apologize. But I feel like this is why I keep saying Devin Booker for me is a difference maker, because in terms of like
play really well, bro.
no, but bro, look at this is weird, but if you look at him, yeah, we keep talking about like another Kobe disciple of
but he's
sorts.
gotta
innit?
do that then.
But that's what he has to do.
Yeah.
I think he's a difference maker, and I don't know if I believe he can do it.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
but I really want him to.
You want him to,
but yeah,
but if he doesn't,
but no,
he
my
wins.
if he doesn't,
If he just plays,
no, if he just has a solid series,
Yeah, like,
Golden State win. But
you want him to win.
yeah,
want
but it's not
you
even
want Devin
it's
Booker
not
to
even
be
a
the
thing of
reason why
I want
that
him to
series
win.
ends.
Yeah, it's like
I just want it to be a great series, and
Yeah, I want it to be a great series.
Everyone
But
out there
Dre is-
first, you think Phoenix will win?
That's a great question. That's a great
like,
question. That's a
best
great
case
question.
scenario for both teams, I think Phoenix win.
God
Because
damn.
wait, it sounds
You
nuts.
got my respect, bro.
Do you know? But it is. It sounds
love
like
that
because
team, bro. You got
no,
that-
it's not
I'll
even
buy
that
your
though.
jersey,
I
bro.
love Chris Paul. Best case scenario for Golden State, like for the Suns, yeah, Chris Paul matching up with Curry is like the best case scenario for the Suns means that like Steph Curry can't do the best case, if that makes sense. Whereas
Yeah.
Steph Curry can have a great game and not necessarily take away from Chris Paul, because Chris Paul defensively, I think, is gonna bother him way more than.
I don't think he's guarding him though. It was Macau the whole.
Yeah,
the
no,
whole time,
obviously
you know?
during that game, but I'm saying in previous
certain
playoff
situations, you
series
think
and
that
in a lot of
CP3 's
situations, I've seen CP3
Yeah,
take that charge. You know what I mean?
CP3,
So
I think Defo
I think
one of
in
the
loves
better
it, man.
Steph
it's like
defenders,
kind of
yeah.
what LeBron done, where like he'll take. Obviously, he's doing all that hands defense and that. But you see Chris, like there will be periods of time where Chris Paul, yes, it's so dumb.
grabbing,
but
man.
I rate it though. I can't lie,
It's
because
so
you know the
crazy.
refs can't call that.
Man,
I
the
actually
thing
rate
is,
him.
I feel like people are
But-
scared. Anyway, sorry, Karen.
Yeah, but I think like Chris Paul is. There is no such thing as a Curry stopper in it. It's not possible. But Chris Paul is the closest thing I've seen to a Curry equalizer ever. And I wholeheartedly believe that if he hadn't got injured during that series, they would have gone to the finals, and they probably wouldn't want to ring that year. Do you get it?
Yes,
And what I saw from Chris Paul in that series and in so many different series is actually a ridiculous. We saw it all last year. It's a masterclass, bro. And I understand, obviously, like they fumbled against the Bucks afterwards.
I
but
feel like, you know,
I
yeah,
just-
in that
like,
thing as well, I feel like at the same time,
Booker can't go parabolic like Clay, but
he's a scorer.
he can score,
He can
bro.
score. So you don't need
Like
to be
he's not gonna
free.
do all the matching that Kyrie was doing, but he can go and fam. Have you seen what he's been doing from mid range? He can go and get a fucking bucket, bro. And it's not the kind of bucket that you can really stop him from getting. Do you get it? That Devin Booker's game is like DeMar DeRozan, bro. They were guarding him brilliant. You can't actually, you don't stop them
They
from
just get to
scoring.
their spots.
They just do what they want
They
because they get to their spot and it's done. And I think if Booker
practice
can,
shots that you can't stop.
if Booker's got that, like, he basically needs to be what DeMar DeRozan's been recently, innit? Which is why we're going to the finals, by the way. Bulls, watch us there. But either way, like, if he can, and I think he's got the capability of doing it in an actual playoff setting, and I want it to happen, so I'm believing that the Suns will go to the finals. Do you get it?
The thing is, I
It's
hear
kind of
that-
personal,
I think even Steph
dreams
got a
and
chip
that,
on
but I
his
think it's
shoulder,
possible.
The thing is, I hear that so much. I just don't think that
It's gonna
I just don't think it's gonna happen. And
I hear it.
I honestly believe. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm being dead serious with you. I think even if Booker averages 35, I think the Warriors still win. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
I think
so.
Warriors are winning.
I don't think
but
so.
I just feel like Booker's gonna play well, but I feel at the same time
He's not going to
you
be
see
killer enough. Like,
there's
that's fair. That's fair. That is fair.
There's
think he's gonna
levels
have
to
that
taking
game.
over a series. Yeah, like carrying. At some point, it will be okay. Booker, what are you gonna?
I'm
do
putting
about
a stamp on
Like,
this,
And
and I don't
is
know
he
if
gonna
Booker's
live
going to
up
do it.
to
Yeah,
it?
that's fair.
If he does if he does now, I feel like that will make him definitely like probably the best shooting guard in the league. The second he does
Yeah.
that, he's the best shooting guard in the league straight away.
I think-
but that there is what all of them are struggling to do.
I think this is the
Every
make
one
it
of
or
these-
break it year, though, and I'm praying
You think? But
in
remember,
terms of this particular team. Yeah,
I think the Suns. Yeah, it's gonna be after this year. It's gonna be interesting because I mean, obviously CP3 signed a
4
years
years.
ago, 2 more after this.
But it
I
was
think 2 more after this year. I
after
think.
this year.
So obviously they've got faith that that guy is gonna,
maintain,
stay
and he
healthy
could
enough.
do like
It's possible. I mean, he looks good. As I said,
he looks good, man. He takes
better
care
than
of
he's
himself.
looked
I won't lie.
in a long time this
care of
year. You
himself,
feel
man.
me?
People
Like,
just don't know.
yeah, he looks.
But I do
very
think there'll
good.
be a natural decline
Oh, no, of
anyway
course,
over the
of
next
course.
2 years.
I think after
so I
this
think
year, I feel like he's riding on the opportunity. They feel like they missed
The
out
opportunity
last
they had,
year.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's like his mentality is feeding him.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
making him go harder. But if he
Yeah.
loses again in a similar type of way, and now because they don't doubt themselves, they feel like they should.
yeah,
win this
doubt
year.
might creep
That was a
creep
stepping
in.
stone because
Yeah,
they weren't
yeah.
even in the playoffs the year before, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
was an amazing season. Now we're gonna have another amazing season. But if it's like goes like that, I feel like
It could
that's
throw
when-
things
with
off,
teams
yeah.
in
Yeah.
general. That's when you start to deep.
And then
Is this
there's
the
a whole
right thing?
8 issue. They haven't even re-signed
Sorted
it. You know
out,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Yeah, that's when
if
all
I'm
the
saying,
They got paid. I don't know why they
The
didn't pay
second they
him, man.
start,
Yeah, same.
the second the
Separately,
team
but-
doesn't do as well as they did, that's when all that comes in. That's why I said you see the injuries thing with all the other teams. Was that good for Phoenix or not? Because they went so far. Was it deservingly? Because if they don't go to the finals,
Yeah.
it's like you said, it's a break type of thing. But I feel like it could still be a successful season
Even
if
if-
they lose in the conference final to Golden State and get 7 games.
Depending on how they lose.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree.
If they lose to this conference final, 7 games against maybe Golden State, Clay and Steph go off, no one should be disappointed.
But they will be. They will be
They will
disappointed.
be.
No, but
They
you
just
should.
got
No,
to
but you
sign
should be
in
though.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, of course.
You should be disappointed because that means realistically
they are
that
good enough to win the championship.
that's
But whatever no matter what
all
we
it
say,
really
they
means
are.
is that you didn't put your best foot forward because your best foot forward would have you beating the Warriors.
So you think, okay, so it's about if both teams at their best, you think, but I think Warriors at their best. What? Okay, depends on what.
It sounds. This is bad because I can't there's no argument for what I'm saying in the sense of my argument is based on a predictive step forward that we haven't seen. We've seen what Steph and Clay can do. Do you get? We've seen Game 6 Clay 3 straight years, and he's done the mad thing.
This is what you predicted will
I'm
happen.
I'm expecting, or I need
D Booker to take the
that
next step.
from Booker.
No, I hear that,
And
I
if he
hear that,
does,
I
and
hear
if he
that, I hear
can now, there's no reason they shouldn't go finals.
Alright, cool.
And I want it, bro. I can't the last game. Fam, I can't remember what game it was where he had 35 and he just hit every midi possible. I think he missed 2.
There's some games when I watch him and I'm just like, bro, this dude is amazing.
I watch him. I don't actually think there's a more polished scorer.
Right. That 40-point game against the Lakers in the playoffs,
It's nuts,
that
bro.
game was crazy.
The one just
The
had-
shots he was making, bro, mid-range after mid-range. I think there was
it's
one stretch. I think it was
nuts.
either in the second or third.
No, yeah, it
where he
looks
hit
like-
8 straight mid-range.
it
Bro,
looks
it's
like a
ridiculous.
workout.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like you see the set in
Yeah.
the high school.
It's like there's
the trainers
cones, it's like
set
there's cones and
Okay,
that,
go around
yeah.
this there, and then if the defender backs off, just pull up.
Yeah.
Okay, pull up.
And the thing is, one thing about
I'm gonna shoot no matter what. When I get
and
there,
one- the
even
thing
if
is-
he's there, I'm shooting. That's what he tells
and,
himself.
and one thing about Booker is he never seems up or down.
Yeah,
He
he don't
never
get phased.
seems.
He don't get phased.
He don't
He
seem
don't get
phased, and he don't ever seem mad exerted, which is weird. You see that with Kobe when you see him score, he's
theatrics.
you can see it. Yeah, the theatrics. Devin Booker is so steady, bro. But if you can, Clay's the same. Clay's steady. He just gets bare happy because Curry just starts smiling at him.
hard
And
as well.
If
people
Devin
just
Booker can, I think he can, and if he does,
Yeah.
I think they should go finals. Bro.
Okay, since we're talking about the Suns, Okay, so we said Warriors and we spoke about Nuggets. I'm just gonna ask you some other teams. In fact, you said so do you think Warriors would be better than Nuggets in that matchup?
Yes.
As in Warriors beat Nuggets. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we don't need.
I think Warriors
we
got-
don't need to worry about.
Yeah,
Warriors.
I mean the thing is the Warriors 100% struggle with bigs. Do you get me? So Jokic is gonna have probably the series of his life if they get into a series. But I just don't
just
think
won't be
that the
enough.
Nuggets
So
have
do you-
enough to
Sorry.
stop them.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, in this situation, I'm just looking at the West. Do you think the Jazz are?
I
any
don't care
sort
what
of
the Jazz
matchup against
do.
the
I actually
Phoenix?
don't care about them at
Against
all.
Phoenix.
No.
Whoa.
I'm just asking.
I think they're a great matchup on paper. I don't think it translates to actual wins.
Yeah, man. Utah are weird, man.
Yeah,
Because I
they're
feel like
annoying me now,
every year they're on top and they look like okay, they should do something,
And
and
then it
then
comes
they
down
just
to it.
never do enough.
But to be
Like,
fair,
I think even
I
getting
think
to
Mike Conley wasn't there though.
no, I was gonna say that in a weird way.
Yeah, but
Kyle, I know Mike Conley is very good still. And the thing is, I was gonna
so you
say,
think Mike Conley? You think he's the difference between Clippers? Like you think?
Yeah, I think
they
he would
beat
have
the
because you
Clippers?
see what
I
you
think-
see how Donovan plays. Yeah, it's like he's that combo guard that you can't make him run the team.
Yeah, he
for
collapses
a
when he runs
series.
the team.
He can do it in one game, but
Maybe
not for a whole
two.
series. So
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
2 games they even won, but at some point We just know the guy wants to come around the screen and shoot, or if he doesn't get his shot off, he's gonna do this. Like it's kind of.
I think if you have
because the rest of his teams are just like
that's what Mike Conley makes Donovan Mitchell unpredictable because you can't.
Mike Conley makes Donovan Mitchell
because Donovan Mitchell because he's not a pure point guard in that sense is like his decision making is limited.
So okay, cool. Conley back. You still don't think they have a chance against the Suns?
I don't think they'll beat the Suns, but I think it's a much better series. I think.
Then what? Oh, with Conley.
I think the Jazz can make Western Conference Finals with Conley. I don't think they're going final. I don't think they're making finals on it.
This is a very interesting Western Conference.
I think it's interesting because you know what it is, I feel like they match up. It's a crazy matchup because I mean, obviously you got, obviously certain man don't respect Gobert, but at the end of the day, Gobert Ayton is gonna be a decent matchup. Do you get me? Like 100%. They can both guard each other. You know what I'm saying? Ayton's not a perimeter threat like that, so he's not gonna kill. He has to be inside. Exactly. They're going to be banging against each other in the paint, so that's going to be interesting.
Only if the screens make them switch or anything.
D-Book versus Mitchell is going to be nuts. That's crazy.
Mitchell lives for this stuff.
Do you get me?
But that's what I'm saying. You see, Booker has someone there like Chris Paul.
And that's what I think Conley,
Chris Paul, but Conley
he can do
has
the
that
same
type of game.
The thing is,
on the level that is not
I've seen Mitchell do what I want Booker to do, and I'm not saying Booker's had crazy playoff games, but I've seen Mitchell do it by himself. So with Conley, if he's allowed to be unleashed like that, it's kind of like that Jamal Murray with like Jokic. So it is possible that
and then he could. Joe Ingles
bro, they could go crazy.
Who give you what they always give you. But imagine it's like with them when he was playing. If Jordan Clarkson wasn't on the court, we can also talk about it. If Jordan Clarkson wasn't on the court, it was just a bunch of guys that are so systematic. So the only person that had game was Mitchell,
and Mitchell is predictable in the role, in like the creator role. Anyway,
he won't do that. He can't do that enough. Not for a series. In a game, you know what, Conley, I got this. He can do that when he's getting hot and that. But when he also has to think about creating shots for the team and stuff, and it's on him.
It's not as instinctive for him still,
because it's not like Clarkson comes on and is a point guard. He comes on to score.
That guy's getting buckets.
In fact, who even is there? Do they even have a backup PG? I think when Conley comes off, they just let Donovan run point.
I think Clarkson
Joe Ingles
just
has
like
kind of slid into the role.
No one else
sometimes
is like, even with Phoenix, they got Cam who also
campaign.
Who also pass the ball and run the team. Clarkson has one job: finish them. That's it. So I think with them three, their dynamic as a three is good. So I think Utah, in fact, they're even moving in silence now, which I like, because last year they were at the top and then they just kept getting bullied or people violating them. This time they're third. So you know what, they can do well. The next team is Grizzlies, but obviously, thank God Ja Morant ain't injured for too long.
I mean, I think they're calm. I'm not really worried much about them going too deep. I like them in it. Like I like that team.
They might make another. They might go to the next.
I don't think they're there.
They went that first round.
No, they didn't. They lost in the
first round.
They lost in the first round.
Against Utah.
I don't see them beating anyone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna end up, but I see them ending up a little lower than where they are. And cool. I mean, if the top three is Warriors, Phoenix, and
that means
Utah,
the bottom five.
I'm sorry, I don't see Grizzlies beating any of them.
Underneath that are now Clippers.
Clippers are dangerous.
I think they really depend on Kawhi. I need Kawhi back. If I don't see Kawhi back, then I'm not. I like them.
I don't know.
But I don't see them.
I don't know.
With Kawhi back, they can.
When you say dangerous, what do you mean dangerous?
Because I don't know. Like looking at the other top teams in the league, PG is a problem for every single.
But what do you mean dangerous, G?
I don't think.
Does this mean I can beat Warriors, Phoenix, or Utah?
PG best player.
I don't think there's any chance without Kawhi. I don't think without
Kawhi they can win.
Best player in the West right now.
If honestly, if you
Curry is, but he's second though. He's second though.
If you think they can beat one of them teams without Kawhi, then Paul George has to be the best player in the league.
No, but he said he's second to Curry, as in the West, second best player. He might be though.
Might be second best player in the West, bro. Behind Curry.
Right now, you might who?
I don't know. It's not him.
Who's better than no? No, but we were violating PG for time, yeah.
No, you know what it is,
fam, last year and this, he actually does not deserve it. He's actually been doing this thing.
No. PG is.
This guy's killing me.
You know what? PG is an amazing player. I don't know why. I just cannot physically put him as the second best player behind Curry in the West.
But who is then?
I don't know.
I can't lie. You can't. I'm looking.
Hey, let me hold on.
Unless you say someone from the Suns is better. or
No.
Luka is better, or Jokic?
No.
Luka or Jokic. That's the one.
I definitely think Jokic is better over. I think Jokic is
But
more
aren't they having
impactful
the
to his
same
team.
role right now?
can't lie,
Technically, in terms of carrying a team, and they're both without the other best player, and Clippers are right now doing better than them.
Yeah, but
Jokic was
has
out
been
for a period
like
of
6
time,
games.
so
He
I'll
plays
give him
every game.
that. I'll give him that. But I
So,
can't.
yeah.
I find it impossible to put bigs
And they're only
above
a game behind.
anyone.
No, but with the way
the
Jokic
1, 2, 3
plays, it's not just like.
I know
they
he's
got
not
the
the
same
same-
record. And Jokic has been out 6 games, bro. They've been
Oh,
out the,
yeah,
they
yeah,
got the
12,
same
12
record.
and 11.
Do you get me? And Jokic has been out for majority of the season. He's come back. They've won straight games. I just think I get what you mean in terms of, but at the end of the day, talking
Man said
about
I don't rate
impact,
bigs.
talking about
No, I
impact
don't, though. Like,
and winning and
fam.
stats. I don't see what Paul George really does crazily better.
You will see.
Like honestly, what does he
Nah, to be
like
honest, you could put
shooting
Jokic
wise,
above
bro?
him.
Shooting percentages, I'm pretty sure Jokic might even be better. Jokic is shooting one of the best percentages from mid range.
That's kind of not really the same, though, is it? Because they're not really getting the same defense against them. Like,
What do you see the type of shots Jokic takes? And the
I
type
mean,
of defense
Birdman
from
was
him?
100% from the field in the finals game.
Yeah,
It
this
don't
guy
really
hates
mean
bigs,
anything.
bro.
Like,
He hates
no,
bigs,
only-
bro.
I can't lie, no.
let me tell you
That is
this.
that is
No,
let me wait.
no, it's not-
That is
the thing is-
reductionist in it.
the
I'm
thing
being
is,
ridiculous.
you need
Obviously,
to watch
Jokic
him,
is
bro.
not.
You need to watch
No,
him,
but
bro.
I've
But
watched.
if
I'm
you-
not
if
saying
you
that
watch them
Jokic
man's
is not
games,
cold, bro. I'm not
Jokic
arguing
don't
that.
do
But
them. Jokic is not in the paint. Only get layups.
of course,
from,
bro,
like,
I'm
come
not
on.
saying that. I've watched him. I'm not saying that at all. But if you're trying to tell me that, I don't know, and it's just I find
Nah,
it
PG play
impossible
well, though, man.
to
I'll give it
put
to PG, man.
like
PG play well.
bro, players in that position. I find it impossible to put them below bigs, bro. Like I think Embiid is a monster. I could never really put him above Kawhi. I actually don't even like Kawhi. I don't. I'm sorry. Gets on my fucking nerves. But I can't put people like that above them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
but
thing
I
is,
think
no, but
Jokic and
that's-
Embiid are different.
No, but
players,
that's the thing, though.
though.
No, but I'm just saying.
Like the thing
the
is,
argument for bigs versus
I understand.
wingers
There's
is
certain type
always-
of bigs. If you're talking about an Ayton type big, I understand because he needs everything fed to him. Bruv, Jokic is literally like a point guard at 7 foot. He's not a big that you need to do pick and rolls to get him into position. Bro, you give this guy the ball at the 3-point line and he can do everything that anyone else in the court can do. I'm not saying he can do tween cross hezzy, but he can get to the rim.
PG can.
He can make a great pass.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
being-
but then there's certain
No,
things
I'm
that
being dumb,
Jokic
I'm
can
being
do
dumb, I'm being dumb, I'm being dumb,
that
I'm being
PG
dumb.
can't.
I'm being dumb.
PG ain't nearly as good a passer as Jokic, bro. Like Jokic's passing
passer,
is
decent
he's a good passer, but
Yeah,
bro,
no, he's not on
is-
Jokic's level.
Is
at all.
next level.
Not when it comes to
You
passing.
feel
No
me?
chance.
You know what? Yeah, I think that was a good thing though that you said this because in terms of this, I couldn't actually think of the next best player, but Jokic and PG and maybe Luka are all the ones that you would put there right now in the West. Anyway, depends on what order you make it or how you view bigs and stuff. But I guess maybe Jokic is
Like,
having.
yo, I'm looking at these man's numbers and yo, bruh.
What are their
Like,
numbers?
Jokic is shooting nearly 40% from free, PG 32.
What are their actual like averages?
Oh, so PG is 25, 5 and 7. Jokic is Jokic is low. Jokic is 26, 6 and 13. 60% from the field, 38% from free.
But like,
1 steal, 0.8 block. Like, I don't know, man.
No,
You- you
Jez,
just 31%.
I know that I've definitely got bias
I
in
don't
it.
think
Like,
it's mad because I feel like PG is carrying thing to get it. I'm just doing it not even based on numbers as much. Like if PG wasn't there right now for the Clippers, I think they'd be pissed. Like
I think, bro, what we saw them, you saw the Nuggets without Jokic, they didn't win a game. We literally saw
Jez,
this.
no,
like,
I'm
we've
Jez,
seen them
I think-
without
True,
Jokic.
true,
I feel like, I
Do
feel
you
like
get me?
in a weird way, I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying like Jokic is not better than PG in terms of if you want to like match them up individually versus what they do for the team or whatever. I think in terms of the likelihood of one of them single-handedly making their team like put up a better series, I have more faith in the type of player that PG is doing that in a series than Jokic and Biggs, in my opinion. But that's your opinion though. Like,
Nah, fair enough.
I'm just gonna
don't.
disagree with you, bro.
I feel like maybe it's about the guards thing where guards can just physically. I think their ability in terms of not single-handedly taking over a game might be
No,
different,
literally.
only because you see they did play against Phoenix in the last series and you got swept and Jokic still played well. With PG, he can actually just go mad in a game and win a game because that's what he even did last year against Phoenix with the Clippers. From
Didn't
what I
get
remember,
swept.
they didn't get swept, did they?
Didn't
they
get
won
swept.
2 games and PG was playing well because Kawhi was
4-2.
out. So it was more like if you obviously we've seen Jokic out, and you see that teams are better, but both of them played against Phoenix without their other player, and in that way, especially in the playoff setting, Jokic wasn't
However,
able
though,
to
one thing people are acting like didn't happen is acting like Reggie Jackson didn't become one of the greatest players of all time. Do you get me?
Reggie Jackson is very good, and in a playoff setting, he always performs.
But PG played well, though.
Bro,
I'm not
violating Reggie Jackson. Man said Reggie Jackson's very good.
He is good though. He is good. Hold on, wait.
Before that playoff series, not one of us in this room respected Reggie Jackson to that extent.
Of course not.
So in my opinion, Paul George, don't get me wrong, Paul George went crazy against Phoenix. He played amazingly, but there were so many other factors. There were so many other players that played amazingly.
Wait, let me counter, because the difference in how Reggie Jackson performed and how he plays is playing off of Kawhi versus playing off of Paul George, bro. Because Paul George is a reason. There's a reason that players play better off of Paul George than anyone ever has off Kawhi. In all of Kawhi's teams and histories, he's been a player that's playing off someone, and like we said in a couple episodes ago, you execute him as a weapon, you deploy him by himself. The Clippers tried to make everyone play off of Kawhi. It didn't fucking work. As soon as you played off Paul George, we've seen what Reggie Jackson can do. Because it's not like he's come in this year and dropped off dramatically. Obviously, he had a better production. He was more efficient in the playoffs because it's playoff setting. But Reggie Jackson's played well this season. The Clippers have been decent this year. Obviously,
and the difference
I think Reggie Jackson definitely drops quite a bit, but fair enough, innit?
No, he went mad though.
He went crazy. When I said,
my argument is, I don't think I will ever see Reggie Jackson do that.
I'm saying off of Kawhi is like the lowest version of Reggie Jackson. Playoffs, everything's on your backs against the wall, everything's on the line. Off of PG is like the highest. I'd say he's averaging out to the mean now, but the mean next to Paul George is infinitely better than the mean next to Kawhi. So it's too many if buts and kind of intangible variables.
This is a good conversation.
But I feel like you can see the difference in terms of how Paul George impacts his team, and comparing the players around him when Kawhi's there is an entirely different scenario anyway. In my opinion,
I feel like Reggie Jackson. Yeah, I feel like he just doesn't really know his place too much when there's Kawhi as well there, because he actually gets buckets. Do you get it?
But it's because he gets to handle the ball as well with Paul George.
Even though we didn't think about it, this was a good conversation to have in terms of because of like, do you get it?
In terms of
both
who,
of them, who does most for their team. But that was even, what was that, Clippers? I was even supposed to go to the next one. Oh, we on.
Let's flip to the East, man. These lot all done. The Lakers ain't going nowhere.
Lakers, Timberwolves are doing well, man. That's what
they are, but like,
improved, bro. Watch
who
and Edwards.
I think he had too good of a season last year.
Yeah, he's not going to get most improved still.
But he's looking crazy.
They winning. Oh no, they lost to Wizards, but they were winning games.
Yeah.
They
lost to Brooklyn and Wizards.
So who's top? Is it Nets still?
Yeah, but they're tied though. Oh no, the Chicago have one more L, so 16 wins, both of them. Brooklyn have lost 7 times. Chicago have lost 8.
Oh, okay.
So it's literally like one loss.
So 1 and 2 like that series.
But we just beat them, man. Though, so it's kind of like
they beat them twice now, isn't it?
Yeah, we have beat them twice now still, because the first time they beat them, I came in gassy.
This conversation about Booker just pissing me off because we know Harden. That's what we're gonna say. Harden. But is he going to?
I'm not here to talk about Brooklyn, bro. I don't care about them niggas. I'm here to talk about Chicago, because we are the greatest constructed team in the league, and we're actually going to the finals, and we're probably going to win.
They're better constructed than Phoenix.
Yes,
I still got the Bucks winning the East.
You're on crack. You're crazy.
And nothing is ever going to change that unless
what
injuries.
Did Femi say?
Let me see what Vucevic done, Jay.
Chicago winning off good vibes.
No, I think vibes is definitely helping. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have good vibes, innit? Like, Warriors have good vibes, Phoenix have good vibes. You know, Chicago definitely have good vibes right now, and they're playing out of their mind. Do I think? But now this is my personal opinion on this. I think they're going to regress a little. Now, I think first of all, I think DeRozan is going crazy. I don't think
he's playing too well.
He's playing too well.
It's actually nuts.
Don't get me wrong. DeRozan is amazing. And funniest thing is, he actually had his best career year last year. I think, or it was either one of the past. I feel like
he's improved.
I don't think he's gotten better. I think he's in a perfect situation. I think he's in a situation where there's no pressure. Like, he's not a number one. Do you get me? Like, he's not a number one.
He's a tandem still.
Yes, that's him. And I think right now he's found the perfect tandem. Like, Lowry was nice, but I don't think Lowry was not good enough, in my opinion, to like just be that 1-2 punch scorer.
He doesn't alleviate pressure the way that having Levine next to him does.
No, but them two, their dynamic is because I haven't really seen, from my opinion, I'm saying in like almost my whole life.
I've never seen a 1-2 punch that work this well together.
A 2 and a 3 work so well together. This might even be, but in terms of what they've shown us in a small sample, like like LeBron and Dwayne Wade are better players, but
they work better together. And I agree, still I can't lie.
Each other's ability in some weird way. These two are doing it at something I don't think I've seen. If you put Kawhi and Paul George together, it wasn't like this.
This is what they were supposed to be.
Yeah, this is what they were supposed to be. And they're both better than both of these two players. So if they came as they were like individually and came together, what we thought they were going to be. Remember, Clippers came. We were like, it's over. Yeah. It's peak.
I definitely agree. I just don't think. But the only reason why,
can they keep it up?
That's literally it. Only reason why just for personally right now this year, I just don't think in the playoffs they're gonna have enough to get past a team like the Bucks. I just don't, like the Bucks that's my East team. Like I can't see anyone beating them. And when I go back to last year, right, and I look how great they played, and I look at the improvements already. I mean, like Giannis is getting, in my opinion, better week by week. You feel me? Like he's getting more comfortable in his shot. Yeah, he's getting more comfortable in his shot. You know, Drew's always going to be Drew. Middleton's going to be Middleton. Like their supporting cast is ridiculous, man. Yeah. Connaughton and Grayson Allen have been having career years. Like Grayson Allen's, I think, is shooting like 44%.
He was like 6th in most threes made or something.
Yeah, like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then obviously, as I said, now they've went and picked up Boogie. And obviously that guy, I think he can be a very key piece, but it depends on how they use him and how healthy he can stay. Like I watched that first game, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. He looked thin. He looked quick. Like he looked like he had the first step. I was like, Boogie. I'm like, yo, if this guy can come in and average 12 to 15 off the bench.
No,
they got Bobby Portis still, who's a bucket.
Yeah, he's actually good, you know.
Bobby Portis, he's good.
He's actually good, you know.
He's good. Bro, he's a good 3-point shooter. He can get to the rim. He's got a good floater. Like I just think the Bucks are probably one of the better constructed teams, but Chicago are amazing.
But even then, it's like Chicago. Yeah, I feel like they are just like there's still more to come, in my opinion. You see, like.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
Vucevic had a 30-point game.
I was literally I don't think they're gonna go down, bro.
Okay, maybe now.
You know what? I hear that. I think they're gonna get better in some things, but I don't think some things are gonna stay the same. I think they'll get better. I think so because the thing. Think about it. If Vucevic gets better, the other things cannot stay the same. Because Vucevic needs more touches, needs more this, needs more that.
No, but I feel like
the only reason I'm going to disagree with you, because one, Vucevic is not going to have 30-point games every outing, innit? Yeah. But if you actually look at the way that he was scoring and the points he was getting, it's like he's hitting a lot of them off pick and pop.
But in that game, what was DeRozan and Levine's numbers? I can't remember.
I watched the game literally this morning.
Who was it against?
It was against Charlotte, yeah, I
think they both maybe still.
And then Charlotte, let's be real, not trying to be 100%.
Yeah,
they don't have a big at all.
It's true.
They don't have a big. Do you get me?
No, that's probably why.
And Vucevic actively, when you watch Vucevic play, he actively causes issues defensively because I remember PJ Watson hit like 5 straight threes because Vucevic simply can't get back in time. He's too slow.
I remember Bucks. They ain't even got Brook Lopez back yet.
Nah, bro. But look, that game though, I'm telling you, I don't know how DeRozan and Levine are doing it. That game, Vucevic had 30, Levine had 25.
Yeah, and DeRozan had 28. Bro, their numbers aren't bad.
And
what's it called? Lonzo had 16, and he had he was efficient. He was like 4 for 6 from the field.
I had no idea that was a thing. But obviously, Charlotte, as I said, I feel like they actually are one of the worst defensive teams.
No, I agree, and I think it's not. You can't generalize that to the rest of the thing. Yeah, but I just think even like the game against Brooklyn, I'll even pull up the numbers now, so I don't.
Yesterday's one.
Yeah, yesterday. Like obviously. Levine and flipping DeMar went crazy yesterday.
Yeah.
But fam, Vucevic only had like 11, 5 and 2, but he had a solid game. And realistically, they don't have a massive big, but your entire life is just helping KD because he's just terrorizing the mid range, like just clogging up the paint, helping out because Harden keeps. Harden was driving.
I think Chicago can beat the Nets. I'm not. I don't have.
No, you don't think they're gonna beat the Bucks,
bro?
So that's the matchup now: Chicago versus Bucks.
Like I think. I mean, the thing I'm not gonna lie. I think there's more teams. Like, I think ATL are a very good team. Like, bro, the East is crazy.
No, the East is very good, in it. But I think, like, for me, the best two teams in terms of like the most likely to actually make it to the championship,
It's out of them to yourself.
are out of those two, in my opinion. Obviously, I know I have personal bias towards the Bulls, but even if you watch them, but even if you watch them play, bro, like, we're talking about the teamwork and like the defensive movement and that from the Suns. It's the exact same thing for the Bulls, and it's like what I want Booker to do. Obviously, we don't have Ayton, we don't have a big like that, but DeMar DeRozan doing, Zach LaVine's doing. We've both seen them do it individually in every pretty much scenario.
And even when one of them drops off, the other
one picks up. And then even if like, even when they both perform, Lonzo's still having like a smooth 12 to 15
like
a game, knocking down 3 threes, and he's clamping on defense, bro. He's playing great. Like, he played great defense on Harden yesterday. Caruso played great defense. Caruso's making most of open shots on that. I feel like the way that, and Bucks defensively are a monster in it. They're a nightmare. So I need to watch them play against each other to kind of. No, I don't think they played yet. Not with Giannis. Someone was out. I don't think Giannis was.
I think Giannis and Middleton was out or something.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't a game that I'm going to be like, we done the match. But I think it's just like, I don't know. Obviously,
it's the best player in the series.
Hard for me
Giannis.
but it's hard for me to say this because I'm going to sound like a hater. But I just once again have more faith in players like wing players like DeMar, LaVine, etc. than Giannis, and I hate that guy, so F that crap, even though he's very good.
The thing is, I'd agree, but I just think like the thing is, I don't, because Giannis is not the type.
These other youths, not 100%. Like, he isn't, and I know that
it's a mix of everything. You feel me? Like, he's not wing play in the fact that he can pull up confidently every time from 3 or from mid range, but you can't stop him from getting the shot he wants.
I think we suffer in that we don't have an actual matchup for Giannis. Not realistically.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem.
We're gonna suffer because we don't have someone that, like, you know how even if they were never going to be good enough, you throw bodies at LeBron, they're the LeBron stopper because the matchup.
You are right.
We have no prototype to fit him, which is a problem. But every other facet of the game, in my opinion, you can argue Brook Lopez versus Vucevic in terms of what you like in a big, because Vucevic is definitely better offensively.
Lopez might not even be
but
back.
Lopez is very good defensively.
Lopez might not even be back.
I'm not sure when he's supposed to be back. I'll be honest.
He's having surgery.
Oh man,
I think it's back. So he might not even be back. I think that's why they picked up.
Them lot maybe just have better, not even structure, but they have probably got a better bench and stuff, and people knowing their roles in Bucks because they've faced more adversity.
Yeah, they've done it already.
Yeah. Chicago, like I said, good vibes to an extent because they ain't. What about that day where both of them are not hitting shots? What's gonna happen? What are you guys gonna do? Lonzo, what are you gonna do? Caruso, what are you gonna do? Vucevic, are you gonna decide? All right, get me the ball?
But that is when Vucevic ends up getting the ball.
No, but I'm saying, but that game they all scored like 30. Is there a game where? Because I still haven't seen the.
There's been games where LaVine has struggled and DeMar stepped. I haven't seen a game where both of them have suffered, but I think it's almost impossible for both of them to suffer because of the way they play. DeMar DeRozan always gets to the line, so he's always gonna get smooth, and LaVine. Like, if you actually watch the way LaVine drives,
can always slash.
He can always slash, even if his shot's not falling. And he slashes in the weirdest way where, like, he misses here and there, but he will also get free throws. He will get to the line because if he's not finishing, it's pretty much because you're taking him out in the air.
Both of them are shooting so well from. I don't understand it. I promise you. I couldn't tell you. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
Maybe it's just vibes and inshallah in it, and maybe it will fade out. But I feel like in terms of matchups here, the points, like the places where we are definitely better than the Bucks. It's pretty much, you might have the big man position, obviously, but it's basically everywhere but Giannis, bro. And Giannis,
yeah, it's true. But Giannis got to be that.
You know, I don't know if I agree with that, man. Like, you lot are like, you man are really downplaying how good the Bucks are when they're on, man. Like, you man are forgetting, bro. You know, like Drew, bro. Like, we talk about players who are two-way players. I'm not saying he's gonna lock up any of them, but I don't think any of these guys have played a defense, you know what I'm saying? They played against Drew yet, and I don't think they played against a defense like the Bucks, man. Like, I feel like the way the Bucks lock in is crazy. I think it's crazy, and I just don't think they're gonna have enough to beat the Bucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Giannis is gonna be the biggest difference, obviously, because you know, as we
Giannis
kind of
got
agree.
To do Giannis. That's the only.
Yeah, when has he not?
Yeah, but
no. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that obviously Giannis is the best player in the series. At the end of the day, even though he's a bigger god, whatever, no matter what, he's the best.
He is.
He's the biggest difference maker in that series. Offensively, defensively,
realistically, historically, he's done enough where I can't now say I expect him to fail in the playoffs. I can't say that anymore. It's not legitimate for me to make that argument.
I hear it and I see how that could be the case. And with the way Giannis plays, it's very reliable in what you know he's gonna do in that playoff series, especially now that he's seen the wall like 100 times or whatever.
Who is the man's point guard? Drew, innit?
Yeah. So Drew, then you got Middleton 2, then Giannis.
I think they play Grayson Allen 2.
Yeah, Grayson Allen 2. Sorry, Middleton 3, Giannis 4, and then no, is it Bobby Portis?
No, I think sometimes they change it.
It's kind of interchangeable because Giannis is so like flexible.
Yeah,
sometimes play him at the 5 depending on what team they play.
But obviously, I think Brook Lopez is super key, and I think they're gonna miss him, man.
If he's not back,
I don't think he'll be back, man. I think he's back.
So Giannis is gonna play the 5 against Vucevic. I guess.
I can't like in a weird way. I think he actually makes it easier for us only because he makes it a more direct matchup with Vucevic, and obviously he stretches the floor well, which Vucevic struggles with on the perimeter. But Vucevic stretches the floor well, and he's a very skilled big offensively, and we've seen him put basically every big in the league to work.
You know, as though Brook is actually underrated defensively.
No, I'm not. I think he's a great defender. He is. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying I think
that's a great series.
It makes life easier if you make them match up Vucevic versus Brook Lopez.
Because that's true.
You're playing into our game now.
That's definitely
do you get what I'm saying? So we get to actually make use of, because Vucevic is better, even though Brook Lopez is great for his team. Like his situation is perfect for him.
If Chicago can get Pat Williams back, that helps a lot.
That changes so much.
He can't guard Giannis, but it's someone you can.
No, but he's a body you can throw at, and that's what we need. We don't have a body to throw at Giannis. That's where we go. That's where we go wrong.
Chicago are still one of the best defensive teams in the league right now. Right?
Yeah, easily.
That is still
Caruso leading the league in steals on that, bro.
Yeah, him and Lonzo.
Drew Holiday, man, that's that guy.
And Levine and DeRozan are also defending. So like they're playing well defensively. They got good defensive culture as well. So it's not like Giannis will have to.
I think Drew Holiday probably presents. Obviously, Giannis is like in and of himself, but Drew Holiday is the most difficult matchup for guards, in my opinion, only because DeRozan is like not. He's the right body to throw at Drew. Lonzo's probably the better defender, but Lonzo gives up size. Drew is very strong. We all know this. But
I think Lonzo will be fine though.
I've seen him do it, bro. That's the thing. Like Lonzo's been doing it.
It's gonna be interesting though, man, because I think
that's probably the best matchup.
Them lot just can't disappear. The other on Bucks, no one can just be like, okay, Giannis, you got us. I feel like they have to do a team effort to beat him, even with Giannis.
Yeah, but we saw Middleton be the closer for them all of the last finals, bro.
It has to be that. And
for you to need Middleton to be your closer, once again plays into our hands and probably creates more of a problem for the Bucks and the Bulls, in my opinion.
I don't know, man.
Obviously, you can question whether they're going to keep it up or whatever.
I think they've grown a lot more than people think. Let me not lie.
I mean, they want a chip. I'm not saying that.
I just don't think. I don't think a first time in Chicago are going to beat Milwaukee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
bro. Bar when he's faced LeBron, DeMar DeRozan has done it pretty much on the higher stages versus everyone.
It's just
that he's running to LeBron every single time.
And now he can run into Giannis.
Don't ever compare that guy to LeBron, please.
LeBron ain't never had the finals game like Giannis
go
did.
To the next team.
LeBron ain't never had the finals game like that 50-point game. Has he?
Who?
LeBron. Has he had the finals game like that 50-point Giannis game?
Game 1, 2018 versus the Warriors, bro.
But they lost though.
That's not really his fault, no. Did you see what J.R. Smith done?
Bro, he gave up in OT, did he not? Giannis wouldn't have given up.
I wouldn't say he gave up. That's kind of subjective.
Yes,
that is kind of subjective.
He did not take a shot, he gave up.
That is kind of subjective.
He took a shot of 1 minute and 16 left.
Giannis would have gone to the bench, would have been like, let's go guys, forget it. LeBron went to the bench. I love LeBron in it.
Kind of a bit. What we're saying, we're kind of saying some blasphemous thing.
Up until that OT. Them games are comparable up until that OT. LeBron
kind of saying some blasphemous things, mate.
I think they could have won that game.
Giannis is doing it against Chris Paul and Ayton and them, man.
Yeah, in what game?
Doing it versus KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond. It's kind of a bit weird what we're doing.
Against the best defensive team.
It's kind of a bit weird what we're doing.
We had the best finals game.
Against the best defensive team in the league.
Personal opinions aside, we are going to smoke the man in the playoffs. And
look, next team in it. What do you man feel like this team is any good? Wizards?
No.
What does any good mean?
Like, should they be fourth? Like, what they do there?
Jays, I don't.
That's my question.
If you say vibes, man, if you say they're like Chicago 2.0.
No, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. 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 Don't do that.
They got a solid full group.
Chicago 2.0.
I can't lie, you are very massively
Chicago
underrating how good
2.0,
Chicago.
man.
You know, we're like a quarter of the way, and like a quarter's not massive, but we're actually 20 games in, bro. Like we're a quarter of the way through the season.
Exactly. We will see regression from Chicago. That is
Almost.
my statement. We will see regression.
Say nothing. You heard it here first. Anyways,
Next
next
here
team.
last, that nigga lying.
Next team, Heat.
I brushed them.
Healthy, they're nice, but I don't think they're.
I can't lie, yeah. I feel like their wins have come against good teams, though.
No, they beat good teams.
They've like every good team they played. I feel like they won.
When
all those
they're
games.
fully healthy, they're a very good
Every
team.
time we saw Chicago included, and I
Yeah.
think Brooklyn, and I think even like teams in the East.
I'm not saying
in the
these
West.
man aren't
Everyone
good.
that's played them that was good, I feel like they won most of those games.
I don't think these men aren't good, but I think if you're saying are they good enough to like make noise and have a good playoff series, yes. In
So
terms
how
of the
far are
teams
you
that are
going
coming
with them?
out of the East,
Oh,
the,
not
top,
coming.
the top 3 teams are the only ones there, and I don't even think Brooklyn are going to do it. So it's just Chicago and Milwaukee. And
So you think the top 3 teams in the East are the ones that are good? So now
I think there's a gap between them and the rest of the East right now, personally.
okay. So hey, how the hell are Cavaliers 6th?
God, them man be balling, bro.
Oh no, they play very good defense.
Darius Garland is very good as well.
That
by
guy,
the way.
that the carry.
Yeah, that guy is hard.
the
Like,
ball in his hand, and the dribble again.
You know, I'm
Yeah,
telling
but
you,
he's hard.
when he's one of the best players. I think he's one of the shiftiest players in the league. When
Yeah,
his
yeah.
confidence is on,
Yeah.
you can't stay in front of him.
when
It's
he's
mad.
like he actually,
It's mad.
yeah.
quick, fam.
his crossover is quick, bro. There was one high school mixtape for that guy. It's one of the best mixtapes ever. Ball is life.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, when you go home, search it. Darius
Nah, he's
Garland,
hard.
Ball
He's
is life.
hard.
It's
He's
one of
actually
the best
very
mixtapes ever. I thought he was going to be the best player in the league. Like, real talk. That's how good it was. That's how good it was.
Hey,
It is. I've been there though.
Generational.
I've watched high school mixtapes. I've been like, I can't like this guy is going to smoke the league.
Oh,
Seven
bro,
Woods had
when
the
he
best
bust his
one.
knee, yeah, I was so upset.
Remember Seven
deep,
Woods? It was like 15 million views, bro.
He should have been
And
where
like
Dennis
3
Smith
months.
is, man. He should have been where Dennis Smith is, man.
Where's Dennis Smith though?
He's in Portland. He just had a good game last game, you know. Literally 7-14, man. This is his best game in his career, I
We
think.
never said nothing about Portland. Where are they?
God knows.
Man. that guy should have left, man.
Nah, he's rapping, bro.
They messed himself
alright,
up,
cool.
man.
After that, Celtics are doing better
They're
now.
doing alright, but I don't know.
But we know what's going to happen with them. Their story's never going to
Philly,
change.
don't want to talk about them as well. Don't
Can't like
care.
Philly, yeah, they're 9th.
Boo.
Hawks are
whatever.
10th though.
Nah,
and
they're
Knicks are 11th.
Hawks had a horrible start.
And then they won
Yeah.
like 7 games. didn't
Yeah,
they?
but I think they lost maybe their last 1 or 2 or
lost
so.
to
Well, how long is Hunter
the other
out?
day.
How long is DeAndre Hunter out? 3 months.
I don't know, you know. What was it, wrist, innit? Or
I
something.
think it's surgery or ligament tear. Like his
Yeah,
thumb
I
or
think
something
like 2-3
that.
months. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, the East, I think we don't care about the rest. But teams like Hawks and Knicks are 10th and 11th.
Yeah.
And if you want them to make the playoffs, it's like depends on who's coming.
Where's
'Cause
Charlotte?
Even Charlotte are actually they're 8th.
Mad.
So I think the East, yeah, that middle area, like last year, it's got too many teams that can make it. Like you actually don't
East
know
is
from
ridiculously deep,
I
man.
want Charlotte to do Minnesota though.
because bro, literally from 4th all the way to
Just like
11th.
bring it all together and just make a push on that. But I do think they need a big, like a proper
They
big.
need one, man. They need to
an
go
actual
grab
big,
Miles
yeah.
Turner somehow, man.
Who's their big right now?
Mason Plumlee, fam. And he don't
And
like.
he's out.
And he's injured. Yeah, so
He's
I think
out.
they play with some like guy called
Plumlee
Nick
kind
Richards
of,
or something.
I get why
he's alright.
Plumlee
like,
works because he
yeah.
works very well, like because
He's a
Lamelo's
good
a great
screener,
passer,
roller,
a great
yeah,
screener. You got
yeah,
better
yeah.
shooters around you. Yeah, he does
But
his job well.
I think
but they need
a
an actual.
defensive big mate. Like you get Miles
man.
Turner, man. That makes
Oh
a
no, I can't, that
difference.
changes the
I
whole
think
Pacers
Pacers
for
will
that
never
team.
let go of
still.
that guy though.
No, why would they?
Oh no, never.
That's their
But then
franchise.
again, I look at them. I'm like, I can't lie to you, man.
not doing anything.
Not,
You might
You
as well.
lot
like,
have bare people that other people
yeah,
can get.
yeah.
Like, do the league a favor.
All starting 5 of their players yeah, can
Fam,
be used somewhere else.
Fam, your teams together, your players together are not good enough. But if each player goes out to a different team,
Every single
they
one
make
make
everyone
championship
better.
contender.
Give me someone,
Harris
bro.
Levert,
Give us-
Brogdon,
Sabonis.
Sabonis, Miles Turner, bro. There's amazing players. Even Aaron Holiday is nice, bro. Even
Oh, yeah.
The guy with the braids is Aaron
yeah.
Holiday.
Yeah.
Aaron
Even
Holiday
he's
is
not
cool.
because there's 3 of them in it. I don't know if I got
Yeah,
the right
Aaron-
one.
No, it's
Aaron Holiday is the
Holiday.
short one.
It's the tallest
Aaron's
one,
left,
innit?
bro. The one with the
Aaron's
braids
the
is
one with Wizards.
Aaron's
Jordan Holiday.
it's Jay something. It's the other Jay. But I can't remember his
Jay,
name. Yeah. Nah, Drew.
Jordan.
It's not Jordan though. It's
Jordan
like
don't sound right.
it's not Jordan.
It's Jordan Holiday. It's something.
I have to check it now, man.
It's not Joel.
So well.
It's definitely a J though, but I can't remember what it is.
If it's not a J, we're boying it.
Justin.
Justin. I told you when it was a J. Yeah,
Justin
yeah.
Holiday, yeah. But yeah, nah.
Oh, no, we can use him though. He can shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll
He can
take
shoot.
him still, yeah,
All
man.
5 of those players, if you take them to another team,
be
that
good.
team becomes a real legit contender, in my opinion.
I agree.
Do you get me? But anyway, that was a decent row. We actually did an hour
Nah,
just off
it's
that.
fine.
But yeah, man, that just wraps up this episode. East West. Yeah.
I need to find out when the Bucks are playing against the Bulls so that I
Yeah, I
can
need
laugh
to
in their
make sure
face.
that game we can't miss that. We need to watch.
We should live stream it so I can laugh in their face when you lose.
Yeah, we need to watch that one for sure.